This is the site of the old mill, Overmill it was called, standing beside the River Ayr. It stood close to the lands of Dalmilling, the meanings of which is the land of the mill. The Wallaces of Craigie had the mill for a number of centuries. But for the last 300 years, it was owned by the borough of Ayr. It was one of the last two mills to be working on the River Ayr, while Skimming being the other. But sadly, it has been closed and demolished. The weir for the mill was curved to give it strength and lay upriver of the mill itself, giving it a good head of water. These are the old stepping stones, still in place. This is the original entrance to Overmills, a long abandoned lane. This is the River Ayr running down to the site of Overmills. This is the old weir that channeled the water towards the mill, now broken through in the centre. The fine outer wall is still present. And here the grills that sieve the water, trying to prevent debris from going through and under to where the wheels were in their wheel pits. Originally there was only one mill here, and that dealt with things like corn and later oatmeal. But a second mill here was for fulling cloth, and it was a mill called a waulk mill. Sort of cloth that was produced was worsted. Overmills ceased to function in the 1960s, and sadly the buildings were demolished in 1963. They were 4 stories high, and the main mill had 5 sets of grinding stones. These mills worked very well, except for one problem, and that was backwater. That is, when the river was very high, the water level in the river as a whole was so high that it would interfere with the free flow of the water going to the wheels, and that would provide them with less power. But it's said that up to a week a time or more, the mills couldn't work at all at times. There's the old weir in the distance. It's just showing that a large area the mill enclosed. Running down towards the stepping stones and the old ford.